guys, it's November 26th today, and it's kind of my final afternoon of bow hunting until after the Kansas rifle season. It's Sunday after Thanksgiving, and I've spent pretty much the whole month of November looking for a good mature buck to shoot, and it doesn't matter if it's whitetail or mule. But we found one good mature buck that we can hunt, and Jared shot him, thankfully. Had a great hunt, awesome footage, and I'm thankful for that. However, after that, it's been very slow. Had a couple bucks that I know about that are on areas that I can't really hunt, or other people are hunting them. So just hasn't really worked out on the normal areas that I hunt. So gonna give it one last afternoon. Gonna pick up Jared in about 3-4 minutes here. He's gonna film today. We're gonna set up this evening somewhere. We're gonna look into a couple pastures, maybe CRP, maybe try to catch some mule deer headed to feed, try to cut them off with a decoy and get a buck to come in. Just kind of a last ditch effort, honestly. So I want to say I'm excited about the afternoon, but the way things have been going, it's not looking too promising. But I don't give up easily, and just want to thank my wife for putting up with me this month, especially, and every day. Anyway, come on along with us this afternoon in hopes to kill a giant. Gonna grab Jared and get after it. Look at him, there's the stud. Gonna get rid of this Polaris and get the big man in the seat.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell us what's been going on.
A lot. Had a nice Thanksgiving. The boy came home from college and got to spend 4 or 5 days with him playing golf simulator. So that's been great.
That is the
back in the saddle, try to get Travis a deer. So.
Yep. So obviously family happens over the holidays, and it's kind of hit and miss on when we can get out. Jared calls this afternoon, and I was already heading out, so he's like, hey, you need a camera guy? And I'm like, yeah. So
hopefully it's meant to be.
I hope that this is all meant to be, because timing is certainly awesome that he called and we're going out. And so we're gonna get after this afternoon, see if we can't run into something.
A little snow shower, nice afternoon.
Oh yeah,
it's great.
First sun after the storm.
They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly, yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got a soul view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation, now I got rollies all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Swatting all black like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with.
December 16th today, and I still have my Kansas archery tag in my pocket, which is somewhat unusual. Usually find something to hunt during the rut and taking advantage of decoying a mad whitetail in or something like that. But anyway, still have my tag. It's a very slow season for mature bucks in Kansas this year, and for whatever reason, I think disease has something to do with it, but our numbers as a whole are down. Mule deer are starting to come back a little bit. Whitetails are really low right now, and especially mature animals. So thankfully, I still have one buck that I can hunt, and I feel like he's a good, I'm gonna guess him 5.5-year-old 9-point, and couldn't tell his age a couple of weeks ago when I started getting trail photos of him, but I think now that I look a little more, he's got a small body, but he's got deeper front shoulders, front chest, and a smaller rear end, so that's kind of a telltale that he's starting to get a little more mature. So what we got is a CRP draw running through a section of property. There's a couple of circles on each side of it, basically like drilled wheat and some bales, some feed. Just you know, the green wheat's good for them to eat right now, but he's bedding in this draw some of the time, not every time. And I can hunt this section, but I can't hunt the neighboring section to the north, which is also where he's bedding once in a while. So what we're gonna do tonight, he's been showing up. So right now the moon is perfect. In the evenings it's overhead, or afternoons it's overhead, probably like 4 o'clock today. Sunset is like 5:20, shoot to like 5:50. So he's been showing up at the last 15 minutes the last couple of nights. So he hasn't daylighted a lot, but he has in the last couple days, and that means obviously he's bedding where I can hunt him. So the problem is I got a ground blind in there, and the northwest wind today is not going to allow me to sit the ground blind. The strip of CRP grass that he's kind of bedding in is only like 70 yards wide. So I feel like I could come in from the east and sit up kind of on the rim of it and get nestled in, make a little nest or a ground blind in the grass. I'll have a good backdrop. This stinky part is I'll be kind of looking into the sun most of the evening, but I feel like he's not going to get up and move till sundown anyway. So I think I'm going to take a doe decoy with me, a heads up doe decoy, and I'm going to probably have it up on a stake kind of beside me, like there's a doe up there bedded, just because I don't have a ground blind. I probably won't have a ton of cover. We'll kind of see when I get in there whether I use a decoy or not, but I'm going to take it. And my thought is, because right now, again, the deer numbers are down, the does are gone, there's no does, it's just like this good mature 9-point and then like a forky whitetail buck. And they've just been coming through this draw. They're just kind of a bachelor group, and they're just hanging out. So thinking maybe having a doe decoy up would maybe get his interest, and maybe come in for a scent check and just kind of see what's going on and allow me to maybe get drawn on him. But I feel like coming in from the east is good, sitting down and just waiting for him to kind of pass through the draw on his way north, which I think there's probably water to the north. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. It's 57 degrees, so a little warmer than I like for December especially, but the moon is right in the afternoons, so the red moon hopefully will get him on his feet early, I guess, than dark, and we'll see if we can't get a shot at him tonight. We'll get nestled in and see how it goes tonight.
I know they hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out. Yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment. I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate.
Well, that was a frustrating one. Really thought I had a good shot tonight. Moon overhead. Cooled down at the end there, which was a little warm, but saw some giant tracks walking in. It was heading the other direction from me walking in, so he may have bedded to the east a little ways. Probably going to be back down in there tonight sometime. But yeah, it kind of frustrating because last night he was there and with 30 minutes of shooting light left, and tonight I thought with the moon overhead again it'd be a slam dunk, but got in there nice, got in there quiet, set up, beautiful setup, and I just waited, 35 yards down the hill for him to walk by and didn't show up. So just the way it goes. Whitetail hunting, they just do random things. They're big bucks. They do something different all the time. So probably give it a try again tomorrow night.
Make sure the fashion right, yeah. I'm in my bag tonight, yeah. Ooh, I might just pull up before it. Watch out, the engine is roaring. It's too loud, you can ignore it. Yeah, yeah. This that high life for the few. You get to have it all, no need to choose.
Alright guys, he stood up. What's crazy is he's just up the hill to my east. And what's crazy scary is he's like not far from where I snuck in the other day, which could be part of the reason why I didn't see him. He showed up like 30 minutes after dark that night, so he may have heard me come in and just stay put. So the good news is I'm in and he's here and I see him well before dark. Absolutely awesome. Praying for an opportunity here. guys, it's December 20. I just got in the blind. It is 2 nights after I missed. Unfortunately, 50 yards is too far. That buck dropped, jumped the string, played it back, looked like a good shot, other than he was not there. I've had that happen before. So I'm back here. Yesterday I came in, I repositioned this blind. It's at 30 yards now. I also put another blind down the draw by a little water hole, just in case I want to hunt a west wind. The wind tonight is out of the east, which is right in my face. It's super still, calm, quiet. I have to be careful. I hope like heck he's bedded close and he comes in during daylight again. He's probably going to be a little bit nervous, for good reason. Still doesn't know what happened though. He just kind of wandered off and stopped at like 70. But I'm back in here. Cross my fingers, I only got 11 days left. Pretty wild. Been a grind. So, wish me luck. Hey everybody, it's December 28th today, and I am in the ground blind once again. Obviously, 3 more days of bow season left in the Kansas archery season. So, it's been a war, to say the least. I'm about 100 yards from a bedded 9-point right now. I've been after him for a while. He keeps giving me the slip. Little things keep happening that are, I guess, bad luck, whatever you want to call it. I'm cursed this year, but luckily, I'm in the game again tonight. I got in here undetected. He got up about 15 minutes after I got here, repositioned and rebedded. Honestly, getting lucky to get in here without being detected and blowing him out. But he's laying down in CRP grass that's over his head. I cannot see him until he stands up. So I've got a drop on him where he's been working back and forth in the evenings. And he was in here last night, but it was in the middle of the night. But the 2 days before that, it's been daylight. And for whatever reason, it just hasn't worked out. We haven't crossed paths yet. Actually, we did one day. I shot over top of him. He jumped my string and shot right over top of him. But nonetheless, it's exciting. And I'm in. And I'm going to give it everything I got till the end. The sun has come out after this storm, so it feels like the best deer movement day because it's high pressure. The storm has moved out. The clouds are moving out. The wind is still out of the north, but it's calmer than it's been. I feel like this book has got to come in tonight, but I've thought that before. So anyway, cross my fingers tonight that he comes and does it. We're going to see what happens here. Alright, he's coming. guys, I got him. Looked a little high, but I got one in him. I hope I got lungs. Boy, he is wearing me out. I just hope I got him down. I'm gonna have to go look for blood. Hope I got him good. Had to move the camera at full draw. Didn't look like a ton of penetration, but hopefully I got it in there good.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's the morning after I shot the big 9. It's the 29th of December. And unfortunately, last night, the shot was less than perfect by a long shot. He was quartering away at 30 yards. No excuses. That was, I guess, a poor shot on my part. I don't know what happened. All I know is I had my 30-yard pin on him. He was quartering away. I just go into autopilot and just kind of had it, quarter away right in the middle of his rib cage, aiming for that off shoulder. Squeezed it, and he did drop, but that's no excuse. I mean, I should have obviously been in the kill zone regardless of whether he dropped at 30 yards or not. But it ended up dropping. He ended up dropping. I hit him high, kind of in the backstrap or very high scapula on the right front. The arrow kind of went in and tilted upward, so meaning it just didn't get in a long ways. He took it with him for a while, and then I lost track of him when he went over the hill. I got out of the blind about 10 minutes later, trying to glass a little bit, looking for the lighted knock, which was still stuck in him when I last saw him, and unfortunately couldn't see anything. To my north, I heard a deer blow, which was surprising because if it was him, he circled all the way back and was investigating, I guess, trying to figure out what happened. Maybe he was just curious. I don't know. I don't know 100% if it was him, but I'm pretty confident it was, because there's just no other deer in this area. Like, he's been the only one other than this little forky buck, which I guess it could have been him, but I haven't seen him in a week. So, just doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel like it's a kill shot at all. I'm glassing this morning. I've been looking at the ridge of CRP that he normally beds in, and I haven't picked him up this morning. I do feel like he's still alive. I feel like he's going to come back to that CRP ridge where he's been bedding. And I feel like he's going to take the trail up to the wheat field that he's always done. He did that yesterday at 4:30, and then he came back to his bed, laid down. I almost got out and snuck in closer just because I was at like 90 yards from him from the blind, but decided to stay patient one more time, stay in the blind, because a lot of times he'll come down the hill into the draw bottom right at dark, which he did. Came in, was facing me for quite a while, finally turned broadside, and I let the shot go. And man, I'm just so disappointed. You prepare and you shoot. I shoot almost daily. I've practiced the scenario sitting on a blind chair at 30 yards, and I just don't know what happened, other than I thought I was on him, and obviously I was just a touch high when I squeezed it off, and then he dropped just a few inches, and that was the recipe. So I don't like getting beat. It's on me. Sometimes things work out extremely easy and nice, and you have a lot of confidence, and sometimes even get cocky about, I'm good at this. But this year has been one of the tougher bow hunting years. One, for the lack of mature deer, and two, I can't capitalize. I've gotten 2 shots off, one at 50 and one at 30, and both were high. One didn't hit him, thankfully, and the other one did hit him, and I don't think it's lethal. So I know some bow hunters can relate. I know if you bow hunt, sooner or later something bad's going to happen, just because you have a lot of variables, and the arrow is not as fast as a bullet, obviously. So don't know, little disappointed in myself more than anything, but so is bow hunting. And I guess I got tomorrow wrestling tournament with Archer, my boy, and then the final day is Sunday. So I'm thinking that maybe I'll try this afternoon, sitting on the edge of the wheat in the CRP where he always comes. Don't know if he'll be back that quick, but I do think there's a good chance of him coming back and bedding in that CRP and coming up to the wheat on Sunday evening, which is the last day of season. So anyway, it's been a struggle, but that's the update. And if it doesn't work out, I tried like heck. So we will see what happens. Hey everybody, it's New Year's Eve, last day of the Kansas deer season. And as you know, a couple days ago I hit a nice 9-point that I've been chasing for a while now. Had 2 opportunities. He ducked my string at 50 the first time. Then he ducked in at 30, but I was not holding low enough. Should have been holding down on the heart, and was holding mid-body. So when he ducked, it was a backstrap deal or a high scapula. So I'm heading in today. I have not got pictures of him since I hit him. Don't know where he's at. I came out in glass a few times and looked around a little bit. No blood. Just having a tough time getting closure on what happened, but I'm out today. I'm basically going to walk through everything, all the CRP, try to kind of go into the bedding area that he normally hangs out in, just try to turn him up and see if he's okay or if he's done somewhere, which, looking at the footage several times, I just don't feel like that's the case. But anyway, I'm going to give it one more effort. It's about noon. I'm going to work my butt off till dark, trying to just get eyes on him and either assure that he's going to make it, or maybe try to find him if he happens to be hurt or dead. So got to give it one more shot, work hard till the end here, and I'll keep you posted. All right guys, well, I snuck into the CRP where he was bedded the day that I hit him. And I was kind of wondering, because he's up here kind of on this little knob, and the wind is kind of coming from the north right here, and I can tell it's his north wind bedding spot because there's really thick CRP on the north side of him. And then he's got a big wallow right here that he's kind of laying up against. And what's crazy is I was able to walk in here, get in the ground blind, and it's only like 90 yards from his bedding spot, which when he's laying down, he's flat to the ground, so he's not able to see out. But pretty awesome to see once you get here and look at it. Kind of thinking about what he does. He beds right here. As you can see, he's got this wall of CRP. It's a little knob right here. My ground blind is right over there. It's like 90 yards. I walk down that hill right on that edge, get in the blind, and he walks this CRP path up to the wheat field. There's a camera clear up on top that I just moved up there. But this is pretty awesome. Now that I know his north wind bedding spot, you can tell he's out of the wind. Even if it's nasty north wind, he feels comfortable with all this wall of CRP right here. And you can tell he's been bedding here for several days this winter, because holy cow, he's got it flattened out, and it's just really kind of the thickest part of the CRP right here. But I wanted to sneak in here today thinking maybe he would be here, and of course not. But basically what I'm going to do here is just cover all this area, walking and north of here a little bit, because that's where he headed, and see if I can maybe turn him up laying down or dead, or who knows. But I came in here to do what I wanted to do. I just checked his bedding spot, just kind of see if he had been here again. I don't think he has. I think he's never been back. No pictures, no nothing. So anyway, pretty awesome just to show you a really awesome mature buck bedding area in CRP country. All right, guys, well, I'm just packing it in for the 2023 season. It's been a grind. This has been one of the most challenging bow hunting seasons I've had. Just lack of mature bucks, and finally found a good 9-point where I feel like he's 4 or 5 this year. Had a good run with him, had a couple awesome hunts, just some fantastic footage, just really awesome encounter. I'm thankful, even though I didn't get him, I'm thankful for just the time out. You know, it's so awesome to be out. It's so peaceful and cleansing, and the outdoors, you just can't replace it. I'm just so thankful to be out here. The sun's setting behind me, and I'm getting ready to pack in the blinds, take everything down behind me here, and getting ready to throw it in the truck and drive out. So it's just been a good season, been a hard season, but you know, they can't always come easy. I've had a good run of good luck the last 4 or 5 years, honestly, and shot some really awesome quality bucks. And this year, yeah, it's been, I can't remember the last time I didn't fill my tag, but you know, I kind of have peace with it. And you know, I've got to, obviously, from a competitive standpoint, it burns, but just because I don't like getting beat very often or ever. And so to pack everything in is a little bitter, but you know, looking at the positive, I got a awesome family at home, beautiful wife who's covered all year. Love you, honey. Thank you. And some kids that are ready to see me. So a wife that's ready to have her husband back. So I'm just so thankful for the time out, just being able to do it. So anyway, until next season, I'm going to monitor this area for this buck. I hope he's alive. I hope he's going to make it, and be bigger next year. So happy New Year, everybody. Good luck in 24, and we'll catch up next time. All right, guys, it is the 28th of January, and it's been about a month since I hit the big 9, and I've been monitoring trail cameras for about a month, and I lost sight of the deer. The last time he showed up was like the 22nd. So don't touch him, bud. So I knew that he probably was dead because I saw that his body weight was depleting. I started to see his ribs, and he just didn't look healthy. I got a couple videos on trail camera, and he just didn't look like he was acting right. So I told Kendra a couple days ago, if I don't see him within the next few days, which was Friday, now it's Sunday, we were gonna come out and see if we couldn't find him. And he was stepping out on this edge, this wheat edge, to eat pretty much the last month and a half. And he really loved this tall CRP. And we decided today that we would come out and we would walk it and see if we couldn't find him. This is not the way I wanted to find him, but I'm glad that we finally put a close to the chapter. So anyway, the big 9, I'm gonna get hold of a game warden, see if I can't get a salvage tag or something to take him home, just because I got a lot of history with him, got video of him, of hitting him a little bit high. And I don't know if it's because of disease or infection or what happened, but he went downhill in a hurry. So just thankful to find him. But anyway, gonna be able to pick up the camera. Like I said, a few days ago was the last photo I got of him out on this wheat, and I'll show him to you. Just what I thought he was. Real heavy beam. One of the front legs is missing, or 2 front legs is missing, and Archer found it actually back by the pickup, didn't you? Yeah. So you found some coyote poop and some deer leg, didn't you? That's a good find. That's a long ways though. It's like 3/4 of a mile back south where the coyotes drug the leg. It's pretty nuts. Timber, you made it. Thanks for helping me look today. What you got to say? Huh? Not much. Well, what's crazy is this CRP is really tall, and this irrigation comes around and it gets part of this CRP, so it's really tall. Well, this little ridge up here was kind of a south wind bed. You can see this big area opened up. He laid here a lot. He just stepped out on the wheat to eat. Then you come down the ridge and there's a north wind bed that he kind of faces this way, and he just kind of took this trail up to the wheat, and he lived here a long time, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, well, that's it, and I'm gonna try to get hold of a game warden.